The restaurant fell silent the moment the billionaire's daughter walked through the doors. Every waitress instinctively stepped back, hoping someone else would serve her table. Stories about her impossible demands, cruel insults, and humiliating complaints had spread through the city for years. No employee wanted to become her next target. But one shy waitress did something no one expected. Instead of taking her order immediately, she quietly looked at the young woman, smiled gently, and addressed her by a hidden childhood name that nobody outside her family should have known. The billionaire's daughter froze. The anger vanished from her face. Her hands began to tremble, and before anyone understood what was happening, tears rolled silently down her cheeks. If you believe kindness can heal broken hearts, forgiveness is stronger than pride, and everyone deserves hope and a second chance, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and subscribe to our channel for more emotional stories that remind us what truly matters. 48-year-old billionaire Harrison Whitmore had built one of the nation's largest pharmaceutical companies through determination and relentless hard work. Although respected in business, he carried one painful regret. After the death of his wife 12 years earlier, he buried himself in work, leaving his only daughter, Victoria Whitmore, to grow up surrounded by luxury but starved of emotional connection. By the age of 27, Victoria had become known throughout the city for her sharp tongue and impossible standards. Employees in expensive boutiques, luxury hotels, and fine restaurants dreaded seeing her arrive. They believed she enjoyed making people feel small. In reality, every angry outburst hid years of loneliness and grief that no amount of money had ever healed. Working at the elegant Garden Terrace restaurant was 29-year-old waitress Claire Bennett. Claire had always been quiet. She spoke softly. She smiled often. She treated every guest with the same warmth, whether they ordered an expensive meal or a simple cup of coffee. Very few people knew anything about her past. 15 years earlier, Claire's mother had worked as a live-in nanny for the Whitmore family during the difficult months following Mrs. Whitmore's passing. As a young teenager, Claire occasionally accompanied her mother after school. While adults handled household responsibilities, Claire often played board games, painted pictures, and read storybooks with a lonely little girl named Victoria. During those afternoons, Claire gave Victoria a special nickname. She called her Sunny. Not because the child was cheerful, but because Claire always believed the sunshine hiding inside her would someday find its way back. Only 3 people had ever used that name. Claire, her mother, and Victoria's late mother. After Claire's mother accepted another job in a different city, the families quietly lost contact. Life moved on. Years passed. Neither expected to meet again. One warm afternoon, Victoria entered Garden Terrace restaurant. The manager immediately became nervous. Every waitress looked away, hoping another employee would take the table. Claire quietly picked up a menu and walked toward her. Victoria barely looked up. She impatiently requested sparkling water and criticized the table before Claire even finished greeting her. Instead of reacting, Claire gently smiled. Then she softly said, "Good afternoon, Sunny. It's been a long time." The words seemed to stop time itself. Victoria slowly raised her eyes. No anger. No frustration. Only complete disbelief. She searched Claire's face for several long seconds before whispering that nobody had called her that since her mother passed away. Claire nodded gently. She reminded Victoria about rainy afternoons spent drawing castles, baking cookies in the family kitchen, and the promise that sunshine always returns after storms. Victoria's carefully built walls collapsed. For the first time in years, she cried openly. Not because someone had embarrassed her. Because someone had remembered the little girl she used to be before grief changed everything. The restaurant remained completely silent. Customers quietly looked away to give her privacy. Claire simply sat beside her for a few moments until the tears slowed. She never judged her. She never mentioned Victoria's reputation. She only listened. That afternoon became the beginning of an unexpected friendship. Over the following months, Victoria visited the restaurant regularly. She no longer demanded impossible service. Instead, she learned the names of every employee. She thanked cooks personally. She remembered birthdays. She quietly paid for meals belonging to struggling families without asking for recognition. The staff who once feared her gradually discovered the compassionate woman hidden beneath years of pain. When Harrison noticed the remarkable change in his daughter, he couldn't understand what had happened. Victoria finally shared the story. She explained that one ordinary waitress had reminded her of the child she thought had disappeared forever. Harrison met Claire to thank her. During their conversation, he realized something heartbreaking. While he had spent years trying to provide every material comfort imaginable, he had forgotten that grief cannot be healed with wealth. It is healed through love, memories, patience, and people who choose not to give up on us. Inspired by Claire's kindness, Harrison established family grief support centers through his charitable foundation, offering free counseling for children who had lost parents. Claire helped design programs focused on emotional healing, reminding volunteers that sometimes the greatest gift is simply remembering who someone was before heartbreak entered their life. Years later, thousands of families found hope through those centers. Victoria became one of their strongest volunteers. Whenever frightened children arrived believing happiness had disappeared forever, she smiled warmly and told them that even the darkest storms eventually make room for sunshine again. Before this story comes to an end, we'd love to hear from you. Has someone ever remembered a part of you that you thought the world had forgotten? Please leave a meaningful comment below because your story may become the encouragement someone else needs today. As another warm afternoon sunlight filled the restaurant garden, Claire watched Victoria laugh with a group of children visiting the nearby grief support center. Harrison quietly smiled, realizing his daughter's greatest transformation had not come from business success or wealth. It began with one forgotten nickname spoken by someone who remembered the loving little girl hidden beneath years of pain. Sometimes healing begins the moment someone reminds us who we truly are. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, leave a meaningful comment, share it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss another emotional journey. Remember, the kindest words are often the ones that help someone rediscover the best version of themselves.